Draymond Green has been ejected. So we're even at 6, but a lot has already happened with 8:24 remaining in the first. So
Stephen Curry has finally broken his silence, and what he just revealed has sent shockwaves through the basketball world. For years, his bond with Draymond Green powered the Warriors dynasty. But now, it's out in the open. Curry spoke out on Green's bold championship guarantee and Defensive Player of the Year snub, not only standing by his teammate but highlighting the unshakable connection that's fueled Golden State's legendary run. Curry told Ernie Johnson when asked about Green's bold championship promise on TNT's NBA All-Star broadcast, "We love pressure. We love expectations. You know that. He's smart. He knows what he's saying." Green, sitting alongside Curry during the interview, added simply, "It's what we do here."
We're still learning, each other and where, those sweet spots are, depending on how teams guard us. But that is a great safety net to have. If they're going to pressure me full court or try to take away the off-ball stuff, that you have somebody that can create shots on his own.
The exchange came after Green made headlines by guaranteeing the Warriors would win the NBA Finals this season despite their current 28-27 record and 10th place standing in the Western Conference. Rather than distance himself from such a bold claim, Curry embraced it with characteristic confidence, doubling down on Green's declaration. "I'm excited," Curry later told reporters after an MVP-worthy performance in the All-Star game. "I got Draymond on the telecast, guaranteeing we're winning a championship. I love the expectations and having something to play for. He's lighting a fire. For sure." Curry further elaborated on the team's situation. "All jokes aside, I think we finished the last 4 games 3-1, and we have a lot to figure out still, and I think 27 games or so left to make a push. All we want is just to get into a playoff series and have a fighting chance to be a tough out against anybody in the West, and we have a good opportunity in front of us to do that." This public display of solidarity between the Warriors stars takes on deeper meaning when viewed through the lens of their relationship. Throughout their time together, Curry has developed a leadership style that teammates, coaches, and staff consistently describe with one word: joy. He's going to get his focused work in, but within that, he's going to have fun and enjoy himself. And I think that's a part of his leadership style, explained Khalid Robinson, a 9-year Warriors employee. He wants his teammates to enjoy this process they're going through together. Steph's focus on joy and having that in every part of his life is a big part of what makes him a good leader. Curry's supportive comments come at a particularly challenging time for Green, who was recently dealt a significant disappointment in the Defensive Player of the Year voting. Despite promoting himself for the award throughout the season, Green finished 3rd behind winner Evan Mobley and runner-up Dyson Daniels. The voting breakdown revealed the extent of Green's defeat. Mobley captured the award with 35 first-place votes, while Daniels received 25 and Green earned only 15. Green also received 20 second-place votes and 19 third-place votes, totaling 154 points overall. For Green, who had previously won the award in 2017 and has been vocal about deserving another, the third-place finish stings, especially as he acknowledges his age, 35, likely means fewer opportunities for such recognition in the future. Throughout the 2024 to 2025 season, Green has averaged 9.0 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game. On the defensive end, where his true value lies, he's posted 1.0 block and 1.5 steals per game while anchoring the Warriors' defense. The Warriors' championship aspirations that Green boldly predicted have indeed shown some promise. Currently holding the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs, Golden State split their first 2 games against the 2nd-seeded Houston Rockets, winning Game 1 95-85 before dropping Game 2 109-94. As they prepare for a crucial Game 3 on their home court, Curry's endorsement of Green's championship guarantee carries significant weight. My favorite Steph story goes back to the beginning of all of this, right before our first title. Green revealed in an ESPN magazine interview, "We were in Memphis, down 2-1. Steph wasn't playing well, and it felt like the world was collapsing on us." What happened next offers insight into how Curry's leadership style creates space for authenticity and connection during pressure-filled moments. He was in his room, doing nothing, and I called him. Hey, let's go get a drink. All right, cool, Green recalled. So we go to Blue City Cafe, drink a bunch of drinks, eat a bunch of garbage, and have a bunch of fun. And we won the next 3. That moment was the beginning of our run, where it could have gone all the way left. We just needed to get away from the game. The pattern repeated during their first NBA Finals appearance against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they again found themselves trailing 2-1. Steph was struggling, so I took a bottle of wine to his room. So it's just me and Steph in his room, crushing a whole bottle of wine, and we won the next 3, Green shared. Those are the moments I'll never forget. That's my guy, man. This behind-the-scenes glimpse reveals a relationship built on mutual support and authentic connection. While many leaders might demand excellence through intensity or fear, Curry's approach centers on creating an environment where teammates feel valued and can find joy even in difficult moments. Former Davidson assistant coach Jim Fox perhaps best articulated Curry's leadership philosophy. He wants to be the best player in the world, but also wants to be the best teammate in the world. Lachlan Penfold, former Warriors head of physical performance, added, "There's this saying, great leadership is about allowing others to shine, and that's Steph." Now, as the Warriors face significant challenges in their pursuit of another championship, Curry's public support for Green demonstrates this leadership philosophy in action. Currently holding the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs, the Warriors split their first 2 games against the second-seeded Houston Rockets, winning Game 1, 95-85, before dropping Game 2, 109-94. As they prepare for a crucial Game 3 on their home court, Curry's endorsement of Green's championship guarantee sends a clear message to their teammates and the basketball world. The Warriors' unique culture of confidence, joy, and mutual support remains intact. As the Warriors continue their pursuit of another championship, the bond between Curry and Green highlights a different kind of leadership, one built not on authority or intimidation, but on genuine connection, mutual trust, and the ability to find joy even in the most pressure-filled moments.
All right. Robin's checking out. My Batman's still on the floor. Let's go, Jimmy. Robin's going to the locker room, man.
It's a roller coaster ride to get there, but we got a playoff series. So let's get to it. It's what we asked for, and we had to go earn it. So it's nice to win a playing game too.
Meaningful basketball.
Hey, baby. Now we roll, baby. Now we roll. Warriors Invitational.
The Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies delivered a nail-biting thriller that had everything you could ask for in a playoff atmosphere. But beyond the incredible performances and clutch moments, something special happened between 2 superstars that demands our attention. Jimmy Butler sent a message about Stephen Curry that speaks volumes, a message that should silence every critic who questioned whether these 2 alpha players could coexist. Let's break down this epic battle and the powerful statement that followed. The Warriors entered Tuesday's play-in tournament game with everything on the line. A win would secure the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs. A loss would force them into a do-or-die elimination game. Chase Center in San Francisco became the battlefield where this drama unfolded. The Grizzlies, led by their dynamic star Ja Morant, came out firing and quickly built a 9-point lead. Memphis looked determined to spoil the Warriors' plans. But Golden State had other ideas. They responded with a blistering 29-7 run that completely flipped the game, turning that 9-point deficit into a 13-point advantage by the end of the first quarter. And the Warriors weren't done yet. The Warriors' lead ballooned to 20 points in the second quarter. Jimmy Butler was absolutely dominant, pouring in 21 first-half points on efficient 7 of 12 shooting. He connected on a pair of threes and repeatedly drew fouls by attacking Memphis's big men who had no answer for his strength and craftiness. Curry added 15 points in that first half, and it looked like the Warriors might cruise to victory. But championship-caliber games are rarely that simple. Memphis fought back with the resilience that has defined their season. Midway through the third quarter, Ja Morant converted an and-one play that cut the Warriors' lead to just a single point. However, that pivotal moment came with a cost. Morant landed awkwardly on Buddy Hield's foot and rolled his ankle. Even with their star guard temporarily sidelined, the Grizzlies continued their comeback. Early in the fourth quarter, Desmond Bane's three-pointer tied the game, and John Konchar's transition layup gave Memphis their first lead since the opening minutes. The final quarter became the stage for greatness. Jimmy Butler had been carrying the Warriors all night, but when the pressure peaked, Stephen Curry reminded everyone why he's one of the most clutch performers in NBA history. With the Warriors clinging to a 2-point lead and under 2 minutes remaining, Curry drilled back-to-back three-pointers that gave Golden State crucial breathing room. The first came from the baseline with 1:50 left, and the second, a 26-footer as the clock ticked toward the final minute, sent the Chase Center crowd into absolute pandemonium. But Memphis wasn't done. Two questionable foul calls allowed the Grizzlies to trim the deficit to just 1 point with 14 seconds remaining. The tension was unbearable. Warriors coach Steve Kerr made sure the ball found Curry's hands for the free throws. He calmly sank both, pushing the lead back to 3 points. In the final decisive moment, with 5.4 seconds left and trailing by 3, Memphis couldn't even get a shot attempt. Santi Aldama couldn't find an open teammate, resulting in a crushing 5-second violation that sealed the Warriors' victory. After the hard-fought 121-116 win, the basketball world got to witness a moment of pure respect and admiration between two superstars. During his post-game interview with TNT's Allie LaForce, Jimmy Butler delivered the statement that perfectly captured his relationship with Curry.
What's it like being his teammate and witnessing it, not as an opponent, but as a friend and a teammate?
It's real, I'm telling you. That's a Batman if I've ever seen a Batman. Always coming to save the day. You're never out of any game. And more than anything, he's just so poised. He's so calm. And he was a huge part of us getting this victory.
Thanks for the time and enjoy the days off, most importantly.
Always.
Thanks, Jimmy.
This wasn't just a routine compliment between teammates. This was a powerful acknowledgement from one of the NBA's most competitive and prideful stars. Butler's words carried extra weight considering his own spectacular performance. He finished with a game-high 38 points on 12 for 20 shooting, adding 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. This was Butler's highest scoring output since joining the Warriors at the February trade deadline. Yet despite outscoring Curry, who had 37 points, Butler had no hesitation casting himself as Robin to Curry's Batman. Later, heading to the locker room, Butler was overheard saying,
Robin's checking out. My Batman's still on the floor. Let's go, Jimmy. Robin's going to the locker room, man.
The statistical brilliance of both stars deserves a closer look. Butler, 38 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 12 to 20 field goals, 12 to 18 feet, 2 to 4 three-pointers in 40 minutes. Curry, 37 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 9 to 22 field goals, 13 to 13 FT, 6 to 13 three-pointers in 39 minutes. Their combined 75 points proved just enough to overcome strong performances from Memphis's stars. Desmond Bane led the Grizzlies with 30 points, while Jay Morant contributed 22 points despite playing through an ankle injury in the fourth quarter. The Warriors needed every bit of Butler's first-half dominance and Curry's fourth-quarter heroics. Curry scored 15 of Golden State's final 19 points, including those 2 dagger three-pointers and 4 clutch free throws in the final seconds. While the Butler-Curry duo dominated the headlines, the Warriors received crucial contributions from their role players. Gary Payton, too, added 12 points, including some momentum-swinging three-pointers and his trademark hustle plays. Quentin Post contributed 11 points and matched Draymond Green for the team's best plus-minus at plus 12. However, the Warriors' depth remains a concern heading into the playoffs. Outside of Butler, Curry, Payton, and Post, no other Warriors scored in double figures. Draymond Green, Brandon Podziemski, Buddy Hield, Kevin Looney, and Gui Santos combined for just 5 field goals on 21 attempts, a troubling 23.8% conversion rate. Perhaps the biggest question surrounds Jonathan Kuminga. The talented fourth-year forward who averaged 15.3 points per game during the regular season received his 3rd straight DNP. Coach Steve Kerr opted for a 10-man rotation that did not include Kuminga, leading to speculation about his role moving forward. Green addressed this in his post-game press conference, stating that Kuminga needs to stay mentally prepared and expressing confidence that he'll play a role in the upcoming series against Houston. Jimmy Butler's arrival in Golden State has completely changed the trajectory of the Warriors' season. When they acquired him at the trade deadline, they sat 11th in the Western Conference, outside the playoff picture entirely. Since making the deal, the Warriors have gone an impressive 24-8, surging into playoff position and now securing the 7th seed. Butler's willingness to defer offensively when needed has been critical to this success. The Warriors' acquisition of Butler was made with the playoffs specifically in mind. His reputation as Playoff Jimmy is well-earned, and Tuesday night gave Golden State fans their first taste of what that means.
I think any team has a chance when I'm on the team, but I know every team has a chance if Steph's on the team. So I get to play Robin. That's my Batman.
Well, the Avs and Nuggets now turn their attention to the playoffs. The Nuggets will start on Saturday. Today, we heard from the team president, Josh Kroenke. First time he's been talking out loud about the firings of head coach Michael Malone. And
Denver Nuggets Vice Chairman Josh Kroenke has sent shockwaves through the NBA community with his stunning press conference on the controversial dismissals of head coach Michael Malone and general manager Calvin Booth. What was intended as damage control has instead left many viewing his comments as a public humiliation of the coach who delivered Denver its first ever NBA championship. In a nearly 30-minute media session Monday, Kroenke made the jaw-dropping admission that he had been contemplating firing Malone since November, just months after the coach led the franchise to its first title in 47 years. The timing of the dismissal, with only 3 games left in the regular season and the playoffs looming, has left basketball analysts and fans alike struggling to make sense of the decision. I think at the very end of the day, it was a very tough decision because of the amount of respect that I personally have and that we as an organization have for what those gentlemen did for us while they were here, Kroenke said before delivering the bombshell. To be frank, neither of them deserved it, and so for that, I apologize.
I think at the very end of the day, it was a very tough decision because of the amount of respect that I personally have and that we as an organization have for both of what those gentlemen did for us while they were here.
This extraordinary admission has many questioning Kroenke's leadership. How can an executive fire a championship-winning coach who didn't deserve it and then publicly acknowledge this fact? The basketball world is buzzing with reactions to what some are calling one of the most bizarre press conferences in recent NBA history.
And, you know, to be frank, neither of them deserved it. And so for that, I apologize. For my position,
Kroenke revealed he nearly pulled the trigger on firing Malone twice before. First around Thanksgiving, when the team was off to an 8-6 start, and again during the February All-Star break. In the latter case, he was deterred only because the team was in the midst of an 8-game winning streak. What would be crazier, Kroenke asked reporters, me doing what I did last week or doing it on an 8-game win streak?
What would be crazier, me doing what I did last week or doing it on an 8-game win streak?
The vice chairman went on to dismiss the significance of that winning streak, noting that only one victory came against a playoff-bound team. I think that those 8 games masked a trend that was going on behind closed doors that ultimately started to really affect the end of our season. He explained.
You know, I'd have to go back and look, but I think that those 8 games masked a trend that was going on behind closed doors that ultimately started to really affect the end of our season, and that's why I jumped the way I did.
Kroenke alluded to tension between Malone and Booth as the primary driver behind his decision, suggesting their discord had created a toxic environment within the organization. According to multiple sources, the coach and GM had long clashed over roster philosophies, with their relationship deteriorating to the point where it began affecting team operations. I can see certain trends behind the scenes with the group, Kroenke said, and those were worrisome. What makes the situation even more awkward is that immediately following the dismissals, the Nuggets won all 3 of their remaining regular season games under interim coach David Adelman. This perfect finish secured a 3rd consecutive 50-win season and the 4th seed in the Western Conference, giving Denver home court advantage in their first-round playoff series against the Los Angeles Clippers. Kroenke's timing has left many questioning whether this was truly about improving the team's playoff chances or if personal conflicts drove the decision. The Nuggets vice chairman claimed he made the move with the hope of kind of rejuvenating the energy of the group and reestablishing some positive thoughts before the playoffs. Adding another layer to this drama, Kroenke shared a personal anecdote about how difficult the day of the firings was for him. Last Tuesday was the craziest Tuesday that I could have ever imagined. I had the worst morning that I've had in over 10 years with the Nuggets, followed by the most amazing afternoon I could have ever asked for with the Arsenal Football Club, Kroenke said.